All right, welcome back. You're watching News-X. My name is Vineet Malhotra. Nearly 8 months after a 9-year-old girl allegedly died by suicide by jumping from the 4th floor of Jaipur's Nirja Modi school, her family has released fresh CCTV footage claiming it captures repeated bullying inside the classroom shortly before the incident. The footage released by the family of Class 4 student Amaira Meena has been cited as evidence supporting their long-standing allegation that sustained bullying by classmates and the school's alleged failure to intervene contributed to her death. According to the family, the CCTV footage shows Amaira entering the classroom normally, greeting a classmate and participating in a dance activity before allegedly being subjected to repeated bullying by other students. They claim the child showed visible signs of distress and sought help, but did not receive adequate intervention from teachers. Well, Vijay and Shivani Meena, Amaira's parents, are joining us at this point in time to talk about this. Vijay and Shivani, I hope you can hear me. Thank you for speaking with us.
Yes, sir.
Well, Vijay, first of all, I really appreciate you speaking with us. The loss of a child is perhaps the greatest loss anyone can endure. We have seen the footage. What did you know about what was going on that has come to light to all of us now?
Okay. The CCTV footage which is shared, it's a 8-minute clips in which you can see that Amaira enters the class like a normal child. She is happy. She greeted her friend, and after that she ate a golgappa and she went to the dance class, which was for 1 hour 20 minutes or so. And she danced very enthusiastically and she was full of energy. After that, once she comes back from the dance class, around 11 a.m., the boy sitting ahead of her started showing her a digital slate on which something is written or something is drawn, and she is uncomfortable. She was continuously telling the boy to look forward. It was started with one boy, and after that, 4 or 5 other classmates joined that boy, and they started mocking at her, laughing at her, and showing her that digital slate. So this all thing went up to the 55 minutes, and around 55 after 55 minutes at 11:55 approximately, she went to the class teacher Punita Sharma, and she was explaining her the entire things to her. And you can see that she was folding her hands in front of her, and she was totally hunched on her. She was speaking something from the sideways. She was not speaking something face to face with her teacher. So at that point of time, as a mother, I could understand that she was uncomfortable with whatever happening in the class, and she was narrating her story to the teacher. On that, the teacher scolded Amaira. Instead of helping her in that circumstance, she started scolding her, humiliating her, threatening her. And in the last 25 minutes, Amaira approached to the class teacher 5 times. And in all that time, teacher never tried to pacify Myra. She cornered her. She cornered her. She harassed her and threatened her. And finally, Amira, in mid of the conversation, she walked out of the class by shutting the door of the class. She walked out. She started running from the ground floor to up to the second floor. On second floor, she changed the building via corridor, and you can see on every floor there is a desk of attendant, and on that particular day or maybe many of the days that attendants are missing. There is nobody. The CCTVs are there, but nobody is monitoring them. There are visuals in that clip. She was running in the corridor, she was running on the staircase, and finally from fourth floor she jumped from almost 50 feet height. So that we can easily see from that 8 minutes clip. However, there is more story to this. If we see the last 1.5 hour, the things were more grave and serious in nature.
Mm-hmm. Shivani, did she ever come home and complain about any of these bullying activities to either of you?
Not specifically this kind of bullying, but yes, there were incidents, few incidents, 4 incidents in the past, and especially in the third standard. And as a parent, I approached the teacher and the coordinator, and in the March 2025, I approached to the principal also regarding that. So there were episodes, but not of this grave nature. She never told us about this kind of bullying in the class where everybody ganged up against her, and the teacher was also against her, and they all broke her confidence. They all broke her completely, and in the panic and distress situation she walked out of the class because nobody was listening to her, nobody was understanding her, everybody was alienating her. So for 55 minutes of intense bullying, and over that half an hour of the teacher's pressure, harassment was more than enough to put Amira in in a state of mind where her stopped where her brain stopped completely stopped working. So it is very much visible that she was in distress, and she gave many signals. She was explaining that we can see she is folding her hands. She was also seen putting her both the hands on the forehead. She opened her mouth wide open. We could decode few sentences. She was telling that, ma'am, I didn't do this. Ma'am, why are you saying this? I didn't do this. She was continuously saying these words, these small sentences which she was using. So it was completely showing her distress in the classroom.
Shivani, what was the reaction of the school when you told them that this is the case of bullying? What were they cooperative? Were they responsive, or they did not cooperate with you at all?
Sir, till now, it is like almost 8 months have passed. There has not been any single condolence message, leave apart apology. There has not been a single condolence message from the owner's side, Mr. Saurabh Modi, from Mrs. Indu Dubey, who is the principal of that school. No, nothing, no conversation. They are not supporting us at all. And apart from this, Mrs. Punita Sharma and Mrs. Indu Dubey, Punita Sharma is the class teacher and Indu Dubey is the school principal. They did not hand over her bag, her jacket to the police authorities for the 10 days, for the next 10 days. It was noticed by the parents, only by us. When we visited the school on 10th, on when we went to the school to see this footage, we noticed that her bag was lying in the school, and it was in the custody of Mrs. Punita Sharma, the class teacher. So then we noticed that, and we informed the police that why are you not taking this? There may be any kind of note in her diary or anything, because she left the class in the state of shock, panic. So these kind of, and of course they watched the scene, they watched the crime scene, they informed us 50 minutes late. So on all these grounds, the Nirja Modi school has failed miserably. They failed, first they failed Amira, and then they failed all of us. I mean, they were cleaning that spot where she fell. She closed the door of the school for next 2 hours. They did not allow Rajasthan Education Board to enter in the school. They did not allow police department to enter in the school. When we were in the hospital and we were told that she's no more, because we were informed very late, almost 50 minutes late we were being informed, and it took us 10 minutes to reach the hospital as well. So it was almost 1 hour past already. So we got to know she's no more there. Until that time, the school released the CCTV of my child jumping from 4th floor. And this is horrific. They have failed. They have failed completely. There was no empathy from them. Nothing. And the humors which they have spent, which anybody can see on social media, that she was in the state of distress, emotional distress from the family, everything, whatever they were saying, and our divorce was going on, everything fake they were spreading against us. So that was the way the school behaved post incidents.
Shivani, what is, what is your expectation? You obviously are looking for justice. Amira's death cannot go in vain. What is your expectation from the system as well as the media?
Sir, as per whatever I have seen in the last 8 months, that there are very less case, I mean, of child suicide of 9-year-old in the school premises itself, and due to bullying. Bullying is happening in many of the school. It is not the first case, but this kind of video, I think it's very rare we are seeing these kind of videos where we can see the bullying clearly. And what we are expecting, that we went to the police station couple of time, many time, not couple of time, many times. We sat there for hours waiting for the DCP sir, Rishi Rajji, and he was very coldly telling us that there is no negligence in this case, madam. This is a case of FR. We will put the FR on this case. Even there is no negligence. The child may be emotionally distressed. Why you send the child to the school? These kind of things were told to us, and the charge sheet which is being presented on 1st of July 2026 is very weak charges. We have pressed for the abatement to suicide by the class teacher, because abatement doesn't mean that Amira go and jump from the fourth floor. It doesn't mean that. I feel this means that teacher has failed, that the role of the loco parent is failed completely. They are institutional. This is a case of institutional failure. So we have pressed for that charge. However, they have put 106 negligence and JJ Act 75 where there is risk to life. So in this case, this is not risk to life. The life has already gone, and this is a non-bailable offense. I mean, the police has not arrested her. In last 8 months, we could not understand that what went through, what was the last word, what was the bullying about, what was the thing, what they are talking about in that video. The teacher was, the ACP sir was telling us, Mr. Aditya Kakre was continuously telling us, we will recreate the scene. No scene being recreated. Nothing has happened. All the bayans of the other kids, 17 kids, are almost similar. They are copy paste. Nothing has happened. Even the teacher was saying, she was saying nothing to me. You can clearly see that teacher was ignoring her. She was narrating her ODL for like 1 minute 20 seconds. For 5 times she was going to the teacher. She was explaining something, and the teacher was saying to the police that she was saying that boys were using bad words, ma'am, bad words. They are not letting me study. This is, you can see from her expressions and physical gestures what she is trying to say. Apart, I really understand there is no audio, but how she is bent forward, how she is hunched on the teacher, how she is pleading, what she is saying. There are few sentences which we can make out. She is unable to stand confidently. In the morning she was standing confidently, and the charges are very weak, and against the owner and the principal the charges of 106 is being levied, which is pure negligence only. Apart from that, the principal is still there, holding her position, working there. Nobody is questioning her. So we want a stricter charge sheet in this case. Amira's name should not be like this. Amira's name should act as a catalyst for other schools also. That is my demand, because there was no anti-bullying mechanism. There were no counselor presence. This is a avoidable tragedy, sir. This is not a natural calamity or nothing. It's not an accident. It is a failure. It is a murder. It's a gross negligence on the part of a big school like Nirja Modi.
Vijay and Shivani, I appreciate you joined us, and we are going to do our best to make sure that justice is delivered. The media is the fourth pillar of democracy, and we will ensure that as many people see this, the better it will be for your case and to give justice to Amira. I really appreciate and the courage that you have shown. I really admire that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
All right, let me also bring in Dr. Swati Jindal, Garg Advocate Supreme Court, into this conversation. Mr. Ashok Kumar, former DGP, Uttarakhand, is also with us on the program. Yogendra Joshi, former additional SP Jaipur, is also joining us on the broadcast. Kamaljeet Subodh, principal of Subodh Public School, with us on the broadcast as well. All right, Dr. Swati Jindal Garg, this is obviously a case of negligence. You know, we have all seen the CCTV videos. The behavior by the teacher, as is very, very evident in this case, was that of carelessness and indifference. And perhaps, you know, had she intervened or given some more time to Amira, you know, that 9-year girl will still be with us.
Yes, definitely, Vineet. You know, in fact, even I have seen that video, and you know, one's brain just stops working when you realize, you know, what the kind of attitude that we have here. We feel that if you give money, if you give a higher fees, your child would be in a better situation. But here we have a condition where we can see a fancy classroom, we can see a digital board, and I believe there are two teachers, at least there are two persons of authority in that class. And I do not know, like Madam here said that there is no audio, but one cannot turn blind to the plight of that little girl who indeed has approached her teacher multiple times. And if you see what is going on in that video, it is clearly a case of the isolation of that child. There is complete mayhem despite the presence of two people of authority in that classroom. Children are just apparently loitering around here and there. Then time and again we see a bunch of kids going to that little girl saying whatever it is that they must have said. But clearly the girl seems to be agitated. At the most, it was the duty of that teacher to make sure that at least the children are seated in their respective seats. Nonetheless, the teacher is just appearing to be passing time till the period ends. And thereafter, what is most shocking, or what I found most shocking, is it is almost like the child gives up. Almost like, oh my God, there is nobody here to listen to me. And then in a very purposeful manner, she storms out of that class, and we can see that decision. It is almost as if she has made up her mind and she climbs those stairs fully knowing what she's doing. And this is what is most heartbreaking for a 9-year-old, to just give up on this world, and the fact that she has to keep coming to this school despite the trauma that is being inflicted on her on a day-to-day basis. What I feel is that if it was the school's case that the child in fact is suffering from some distress at her house, did they take any action on that? If that is their case, as per CBSE guidelines, they are supposed to have a proper anti-bullying committee. They're also supposed to have, there is a mandate of there being a counselor. Let us assume for a minute that the child was already distressed from her home. It was the school's duty to write a note to the school, to the parents. It was the school's duty to assign a counselor to the child to find out what is that condition of distress that she's facing. Even if you see the POCSO guidelines, there is a mandate for the school to have certain POCSO committees. I can see a flagrant disregard on every aspect in this particular school. Simplest of the simple fact is, we have a school here which has young adults, which has children. And how is it that there are no grills? How is it that we have an open staircase where children can simply jump off? They have a CCTV footage. Apparently, they did not get the time to delete that for all intents and purposes. I'm sure even that would have been deleted if the school had the presence of mind to clean the scene of accident, or where that girl, the poor child, jumped. That should not have been done. If the intent of the school was clear, the fact that we have actually cleaned the scene shows quite clearly that they were hands in glove, and they have the biggest of hands in this tragedy. And they should be, I think, simply taking away, any certification will not do the kind of impact that we need. The school should be shut down. Simply taking away affiliation will not, set an example to what they have done.
Absolutely right, Dr. Swati Jindal. You've made some important points. Mr. Ashok Kumar, what could have the police done in this case? Why haven't there been any arrests? There is clear indication that there is abetment to suicide. This girl obviously was cornered into this position?
See, as the mother was saying, the police has imposed the case of criminal negligence, which earlier used to have 2 years punishment. Now it has 5 years punishment. For an arrest, we need 7 years punishment case. If we make it a case of abetment to suicide, the punishment in that case is 10 years. Nowadays, earlier it was section 306 IPC. Nowadays it is 108 BMS. So the punishment here is 10 years. But see, the ingredients of 108, what are the ingredients of abetment to suicide? Firstly, a person either aids or instigates or conspires. These are the 3 words, important words. Either you aid the suicide, or you instigate the suicide, or you conspire. So instigation is possible here because her action, the actions of the teacher, as the mother is saying, have instigated the girl to commit suicide. You can say that because she didn't get justice, so it can come there. It can qualify for that. It can qualify for that, but again, it's a question of police investigating into details whether it is a case of 304 IPC earlier, nowadays 106 BNS or 108 BNS. So that is the line. But as the advocate was saying, one more thing is important here, that they have tampered with the evidence. It used to be section 201 IPC earlier. So that section can also be added. So this the fine line, you have to decide whether it's a case of criminal negligence, or it's a case of abetment to suicide, and then whether the teacher's actions have instigated the child to commit suicide. So there, I think, those are the legal issues.
Okay. Kamaljeet Subodh, Principal Subodh Public School. Kamaljeet Subodh, how is a school supposed to handle a sensitive case like this? And do you think that what's happened here also goes on to show you that there has been an insensitive attitude from the school itself?
So first of all, my sincere regard to the family, and I felt very sorry for the child. Whenever I heard about it, I felt that there had been certain kind of things which were missing here. When a child enters the school, there has to be someone to notice, to see every child, what is the mood of the child. And if the principal, if not the principal, then in that case, there should be a number of teachers to look up at least the face of the child, to read the child. Is there something that the child is feeling comfortable or not? Because right in the morning, if you notice these kind of signs, you get to understand so many things. Certainly, there might be certain things which might happen during the day also. So, I find that yes, the casual attitude at times and in this case also, as per the footage, it's very clear that the teacher was sitting with a casual attitude, as if just to put it on, as if the child is in the habit of complaining or something. Whereas, as per records, what is coming, and as the parent is expressing, as well as the video shows, that the child had enjoyed being in a dance class. Otherwise, also, she greeted her friends, and she was feeling very happy that day. But at the end of the day, what happened actually, as per the video, was very, very distressing and disturbing for the child. So I find that there is a point which Ms. Swati also pointed out, that the point of that the child did not have someone in the school whom she could have confided. Of course, the child was trying to confide in her class teacher, stating it very clearly, giving very clear-cut indications as per the video that she is seeking help, great intervention in what is happening with her. Because the child is being left she was sitting alone. That also shows that why the child was sitting alone when everybody was sitting together or with the friends or classmates. So that way, the point of, you know, how a child needs help, the child would certainly complain to the teacher. That's the only way the child knows, because that's what is been taught and that's what is the right way of doing things. But if the teacher is putting it off again and again, taking it as a casual approach, because there were two teachers, Swati also pointed out very correctly. At one point, there were two teachers, but the class was, you know, still in a kind of mayhem, and there was no control of the teacher. The teacher is just making some correction, perhaps, or whatever it was happening. But the kind of attention which Amira required at that point of time, the help that she required at that point of time, which could have saved so much of it, because a precious life has been lost. So at the same time, I would like to say that, you know, again, the teachers need to be sensitized a little more, because there are guidelines, there are everything. But at times, I think we need to take some more audit of these kind of things as well. Children really need to have somebody or some teacher buddy where they can go. Of course, then again, it becomes a matter, where are you going? Why are you going? You know, the child is not allowed to step out of the class and is not allowed to go out of the class at any point of time. There are few things, functional
Right, ma'am.
things, which
Ma'am,
will
let
not
me
be.
also bring in Mr. Yogendra Joshi into this conversation. Mr. Joshi, your impressions of what's happened over here, and how do we get justice for this family?
विनीत जी, मैंने ये शुरू से इस प्रकरण को देखा है। जिस दिन ये प्रकरण हुआ था, उसके बाद से मैं लगातार अलग अलग टीवी चैनल्स में डिबेट में गया हूं। मुझे प्रारंभिक समय से ही लगा ऐसा कि जो इस प्रकार के बड़े बड़े स्कूल हैं, जिनके पास पैसा बहुत है, राजनीतिक प्रेशर बहुत है। आप देखिए कि राजस्थान बोर्ड के अगर कर्मचारी और अधिकारी गए तो उनको स्कूल में नहीं घुसने दिया। इवन एसएचओ जो पुलिस वाले हैं, उनको अंदर स्कूल में नहीं घुसने दिया। इस प्रकार की हिमाकत करने वालों के खिलाफ अगर हमारी पुलिस कार्रवाई नहीं करती है, तो ये समझिए कि इस प्रकार के जितने बड़े बड़े स्कूल हैं, वो इस प्रकार की जाति बच्चों के साथ करते रहेंगे। आप देखिए, इसके अंदर धारा लगाइए 106। ये क्या है? ये कुछ भी नहीं है, लापरवाही है। लापरवाही नहीं, ये धारा 108 पीएनएस की है। इसके अंदर उसको प्रेरित किया गया आत्महत्या करने के लिए। और आप देखिए, उन बच्चों के बारे में कोई जिक्र नहीं है जिन्होंने डिजिटल प्लेट के ऊपर उसकी कौन सी माप बनाया है, कौन सी डिजाइन बनाई है, कौन सा उसने नक्शा बनाया है, जिससे उसको इतनी प्रताड़ित हो गई। और वो बताइए, 18 महीने से ये बुलिंग की शिकार हो रही है बच्ची, और वो टीचर को कह रहे हैं। माँ बाप ये पीटी जो पब्लिक टीचर मीटिंग है, पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग, उसमें बराबर बता रहे हैं। लेकिन स्कूल के जो टीचर हैं, प्रिंसिपल हैं, इनको कोई पता ही नहीं चल रहा। और मैं ये कह रहा हूं आपको कि इस प्रकार के स्कूलों में देखिए आप क्या किया है। सीबीएसई ने उनको हटाया कि साहब 9वीं और 12वीं क्लास से हट जाएंगे। उसके बाद कहा जाए 11वीं और 12वीं के चलते रहेंगे। उसके बाद नीचे के नहीं हटेंगे। और फिर माननीय ये क्या चले गए, हाई कोर्ट चले गए। और हाई कोर्ट ने इनको क्या किया, वो रिलीफ दे दी के साथ बिल्कुल इनको नहीं हटाया जाएगा सीबीएसई से। ये क्या तरीका होता है? ये तरीका इसीलिए है कि ये पैसे वाले स्कूल होते हैं, और इन स्कूलों का यही नहीं, इनका राजनीतिक प्रेशर होता है। और इसके कारण से ये बेचारे गरीब, कोई नौकरी पेशा हैं, ये इस प्रकार के जो माँ बाप होते हैं जो अपने बच्चों को पढ़ाने जाते हैं वहां, उनके साथ ये मिसबिहेव तक करते हैं। आप बताइए, मैंने देखा कई बार रील के अंदर कि ये उनके साथ गाली गलौज तक करते हैं, उनको गेट आउट
बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं सर आप। और इसी वजह से वी हैव अ यंग गर्ल हु इज लॉस्ट हर लाइफ।
मान्यता रद्द होनी चाहिए।
बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं सर आप। समय की कमी है हमारे पास, बट थैंक यू सो मच।